everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Today, we are going to talk about chaos being a form of supply. I'm a diagnosed narcissist with antisocial personality disorder, and we are going to go through some of the things that I have been self-reflecting on in my past that I would create either consciously or unconsciously chaotic events, even just microdosing such things. It doesn't have to be me being rageful or angry or splitting or nothing like that. It could be causing these things in you. Now, self-esteem regulation is what narcissistic supply is. It's just making us feel better, whether, usually it's because we're not feeling very good about ourselves, or it's just, for me, a flatline state of existence. And so you kind of want to, have some carnival time going on, so you're not just like drinking yourself to death. I don't fucking know. I don't know. That's also causing chaos in yourself. Also, any negative coping mechanism, which could be gambling, going out, seeking new relationships. You see this all online all the time, going out, dating apps, not being authentic, that where they're manipulating you for fun, pretending that they're the perfect guy, and then all they want to do is just get you in bed. Now, I did say that it does relieve boredom. Also, inside projecting outwards. This is unconscious. This is unconscious when we can't hold on to or have under control, the spiraling that's going on inside. If we're anxiety, shit that's going out in the world, things that are happening with friends, family, work, your own children, your intimate partners, something that's going on with you, and it's becoming too overwhelming for us. So we're going to plant a seed or cause a chaotic event. This is probably when you see your narcissistic individuals will get overly anxious over funerals, holidays, trips, birthdays. They're going to be like, number one, if they envy that you're getting lots of attention. Number two, they're the ones that have to interact and they have social anxiety. Number three, they're the ones that have to put on the event or make the plan, or they're just, they cannot cope with being so introverted and you're extroverted and having to pull them out of this place. They have to make it your fault. Okay? Also, controlling others with a sprinkle of sadism. They will emotionally dysregulate you. Now, this is not an unconscious thing due to anxiety, depression. This has to do with they just want to fuck with you for fun. So it's, a cat playing with a mouse type shit, just watching you suffer. To me, it's because they're fucking bored. The only reason why I ever did that, in the past was because it's just like, what should we do today? Sometimes it takes a lot of work to create these superficial relationships with strangers online just to fuck with their head. Also, and that's usually, when I would do all that shit. I would never do it with an intimate partner. That's different, but I have seen antisocials do that to their intimate partners with purpose. And the purpose was, I'm gonna fucking tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Okay. But let's move on real quick. Seeing you become too comfortable in the relationship, they're gonna envy your happiness. Why are you so happy? Because they cannot hold on to happiness. So they are going to fucking hate that you're why? Because they are tired of masking and hate you for being so gullible. Now this is fucking stupid because it's like a magician being angry at their audience. That you were able to not see the illusion going on. And you're like, oh my God, I love you for loving me. I love you for being so generous. I love you, type shit. And so when you become too happy, then they're going to do that intermittent reinforcement where they're going to have to pull away, say some fucked up shit where it would be like devalues in the form of belittling, planting seeds of doubt in your head about the relationship or triangulating and shit like that, That makes the self-esteem go up if you become jealous and all that nice disrespectful garbage that they are doing because they are selfish and need to feel good about themselves, that they have control over you. When these things start to happen, there's no more power couple going on the hierarchy. They need to be above you. Get the fuck out of those fucking relationships. I've had motherfuckers try that shit on me, and it's like, fuck you, dude. So you either and you're combative back, and you know how that chaos goes. You're triggering their childhood trauma, so they're doubling down on yours, and it's just chaos, right? And then it's who gets to win, usually the narcissistic individual or darker, because they need to be in the power position, right? I'm not following what I'm saying. I hope you are. Okay. Now, are we aware of the cycle that we're creating? This is really situational, and it depends on the person. Because our complex trauma from childhood is going to get triggered in intimate relationships. If we do not enmesh with you or get too attached to you in the beginning, having the shared fantasy and everything with you, we're protecting ourselves from going into that place. It's usually because the person that you're with has had so much trauma in the past and trauma with relationships in the past that they're never going to let anybody have like a leash around their heart again. So they're going to punish you for past relationships, past traumas. They're not going to open the blast doors to their heart. They're going to keep all that fucking shit locked up. They're just going to be more logical thinkers, not any emotional leakage whatsoever. So, in conclusion, you need to protect yourself from the red flags. It doesn't matter if it's conscious or unconscious, because to me, who I have, done unconscious shade and conscious shade, you are feeling the same fucking way, whether or not it's conscious or unconscious. So who gives a shit? if you're like, well, I have to have compassion if it's unconscious. Okay, but you're not going to be able to fix it. Your love and compassion is not going to fix an unconscious person. Now, learning all these things about myself, and hopefully people who are waking up to the things that they are dealing with, being around people, you included, me being around you included, helps me see that, I'm not this horrible human being, to where, I will be able to accept positive feelings from you. I may not be able to hold on to them, but at least I'm not pushing them away like I used to, which is a stepping stone of being in a relationship with somebody where I'm going to be able to receive positive emotions from them and believe them. And let me tell you what, you guys fucking help me. But remember, I was willing over time to accept what you were giving, okay? So you have to protect yourself from red flags, conscious or unconsciously, these people are throwing out to you. And I do have a 3-part series about red flags. It's like called psychopathy, red flags of psychopathy or whatever. And all the books out there about, narcissism, antisocial, psychopathy, they just mookiegook all that shit together. So I was reading off the book on all the different red flags and elaborated on all of them, so you don't have to fucking use your brain and be like, what are they doing and what does this mean? I tell you what all of those fucking things mean. So you can look under a fucking microscope and see what's happening. The last thing I want to say is you are going to want to expose these red flags to your people. And what's going to hurt worse is they're going to deny they're doing it. Either they're so unconscious they do not know that this is happening, okay? They'll blame shift to you. That's going to piss you off even more. Or they're doing it on purpose and they're going to deny and gaslight. So, knowing these things for yourself, they're for you. They're not for you to be all self-righteous and be like, you're toxic. They're for you. Know that this is happening. You can even be like, do you know you're doing this? But it usually doesn't work out good for you. I'm always around toxic people, and I know for a fact that I'm not going to bring this shit into their awareness. I'm just going to be like, later, until I meet somebody to where we both can take responsibility and talk things through, even if we're in a heightened state. You're always going to have conflict with people, especially intimate partners. Know this. You're not gonna fucking be alone forever, fix yourself, and then meet the perfect partner. No. Your triggers are always gonna come up with a new partner. Can you guys work on them together? That is the key, finding that type of person. And have fun too, okay? Have fun too. Don't just be so serious, in your relationships. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.